The album is called The River and the Thread. And the river and the thread are both metaphorical and real. The river being the Mississippi, and that kind of river of music and DNA and geography that goes through all of us. And the thread is also real because I was in Alabama and my dear friend Natalie Channon was teaching me to sew, and she threaded my needle and she said, "You have to love the thread." And then as I was driving through the South, through Mississippi and Arkansas and Tennessee, I kept thinking of that. It just so happened we were taking a lot of trips down south, and I started reconnecting with a lot of people and places and making new friends and seeing new places that I thought were behind me. You know, I've been in New York for 23 years, and my heart really started opening to the South again. When I was 25, I would have said it's more of a burden. Now, I would say there are difficult parts to it, but it's more of a gift because I don't have to push against it anymore. In fact, at my age, it would be so ungracious to keep pushing against it. I remember sitting in front of the TV a half hour early because I was so afraid I would miss it. You know, and I kept watching the clock, and then I sat in front of the TV really early. And my mother took my sisters into the kitchen and said, "Be quiet, Rosanne's watching the Beatles." And I thought that was one of the sweetest things she ever did. And my father went to see them at Candlestick Park in San Francisco and got their autographs for me and my sister. I tweeted the Super Bowl. I watched the Super Bowl, which I don't usually do, and tweeted as if I were Jane Austen watching the Super Bowl.
This was your own idea.
It was my own idea because I'm a Jane Austen obsessive, so I thought, I'm just gonna do this, what the hell. I asked my song publisher to send me my Spotify earnings over the last, I guess, few years. I knew it was going to be bad, but it was devastating. It was hundreds of thousands of streams, and the total was just over $200 that I had received. It's not only bad because it's harder to make a living and I have to go on the road more often, and I have a teenager at home, and that's really hard. I hate leaving him. And streaming has hurt all of us, all musicians. But the people it hurts the most are young musicians who are just starting out. And I know several who have given up their careers, who are not doing the thing they love the most because they can't survive.
I'm going